Americans consume over 37 pounds of cheese per person every year. That's roughly 3 pounds per month of pure dairy goodness. And if you're one of the millions hitting up Costco for your cheese fix, what I'm about to reveal about their most popular blocks could save your next pizza night from disaster. I just spent 3 weeks investigating every major Costco cheese block, analyzing thousands of customer reviews, consulting with actual cheesemongers, and yes, melting these in my own kitchen to see what really happens when the rubber meets the road. Today, I'm breaking down the 5 Costco cheese blocks you should absolutely skip, plus the 3 shreddable gems that'll transform your nachos and burgers forever. We'll dive into why some blocks melt like silk while others turn into rubber, and I'll show you the exact blocks that food experts swear by. Trust me, when you see what happened during my nacho melt test with the #1 gem and why it beats $30 imported cheese, you'll never look at Costco's cheese section the same way again. Number 5. Colby Jack Block, $6 per pound. Starting with number 5, Colby Jack might seem like a safe choice, but this block consistently disappoints both food experts and home cooks. I bought this thinking it would be perfect for grilled cheese, and I quickly learned why it's earned the nickname burger filler among cheese enthusiasts. The flavor is aggressively bland, like someone took cheddar and jack cheese, removed all personality, and mashed them together. Food critics consistently describe this as uninspiring and one-dimensional, and after trying it in 3 different applications, I have to agree. But here's where it gets really disappointing: the melt. I tested this on burgers alongside other Costco blocks, and the Colby Jack just sits there like orange plastic. It doesn't flow, it doesn't integrate with other flavors. It just exists as a rubbery layer that adds nothing but calories. Reddit users consistently rank this among Costco's most forgettable cheeses. One comment that stuck with me: it's like they made cheese for people who don't actually like cheese. At $6 per pound, you're paying for mediocrity when better options sit right next to it. The texture tells the whole story: waxy when cold, gummy when melted. Professional cheesemongers I spoke with explained that this is what happens when cheese is optimized for shelf life rather than flavor development. Number 4 is Costco's Parmesan block, and this one breaks my heart because Parmesan should be the king of cheese. Instead, this delivers what food experts consistently describe as dry grate, with lax umami, the exact opposite of what great Parmesan should be. I tested this against authentic Parmigiano Reggiano, and the difference was immediately obvious. Real Parmesan has that sharp, nutty complexity that makes your mouth water. This version tastes like salty cardboard with delusions of grandeur. The texture is the real giveaway. When you grate authentic Parmesan, it creates these beautiful, fluffy shavings that melt on your tongue. This block creates dense, hard chunks that sit on your pasta like tiny pebbles. Cheesemongers consistently warn against prepackaged Parmesan blocks, and after testing this extensively, I understand why. The aging process that creates real Parmesan's complexity simply can't be replicated in mass production. I tried this on 3 different pasta dishes, and each time my family asked if we had the good stuff instead. When your Parmesan makes people long for the green shaker can, that's not authentic Italian cheese. That's corporate cost-cutting disguised as tradition. At $7 per pound, you're paying premium prices for what tastes like a chemistry experiment. The real Parmigiano Reggiano costs more, but the flavor difference justifies every penny. Number 3 is where things get controversial: Costco's pre-shredded mozzarella. This isn't technically a block, but it's such a common mistake that I had to include it. The research is brutal. Reddit users consistently call this gummy starch that creates rubbery pools instead of proper melted cheese. I tested this on homemade pizza alongside fresh grated mozzarella, and the difference was shocking. The pre-shredded version doesn't melt. It just gets warm and separates into greasy puddles that slide off your slice like it's trying to escape. Here's what food scientists explain is happening. Pre-shredded cheese contains anti-caking agents like potato starch and cellulose. These additives prevent clumping in the bag, but they also prevent proper melting in your food. The taste test results were unanimous among my family. The pre-shredded version was described as plasticky, artificial, and like eating rubber bands. My wife, who's usually diplomatic about food, said it tastes like what I imagine fake cheese would taste like. Food experts consistently recommend buying blocks and grating fresh. And after this experiment, I understand why. The convenience of pre-shredded isn't worth sacrificing the entire eating experience. At $5 per pound, you're paying for the convenience of having someone ruin your cheese for you. The mozzarella block costs the same and delivers infinitely better results when you grate it yourself. Number 2 spot goes to Kirkland's mild cheddar block, and this one represents everything wrong with playing it safe in the cheese world. Food reviewers consistently describe this as bland, having a wax texture, and being nothing more than everyday filler. I served this at a family gathering alongside sharp cheddar, and it was like watching a personality contest between cardboard and actual food. The mild cheddar just sat there, contributing nothing but orange color to whatever dish it touched. The texture is what really bothers me. Good cheddar should have some bite, some character. This feels like they took real cheddar and processed all the personality out of it. It's simultaneously too soft and too waxy, like cheese-flavored Play-Doh. Tasting Table consistently ranks this among Costco's most forgettable offerings, and cheese experts explain why. Mild cheddar is often just young cheddar that hasn't developed any of the complex flavors that make cheddar worth eating. I tested this in grilled cheese, mac and cheese, and on burgers. In every application, it was just there. Not bad enough to be offensive, not good enough to be memorable. It's the cheese equivalent of beige paint. At $6 per pound, you're paying for mediocrity when Costco's sharp cheddar costs the same and delivers actual flavor. There's literally no reason to choose this unless you're afraid of taste. Number 1, Kirkland Mozzarella Block, $5 per pound. Taking the worst spot at number 1, Kirkland's Mozzarella Block. This consistently ranks as Costco's biggest cheese disappointment, and after extensive testing, I understand why Reddit users call it a zero flavor flop with watery melt. I bought this expecting classic mozzarella, creamy, mild, perfect for pizza and caprese salads. What I got was something that barely qualifies as cheese. The flavor is so bland it's almost impressive. It's like they took milk, added the minimum amount of processing required to call it mozzarella, and called it a day. But the real crime is what happens when you try to use it. I made pizza with this, and instead of that beautiful cheese pull you expect from mozzarella, I got watery puddles that made my crust soggy. The melt is more like cheese-flavored water spreading across your food. Food experts consistently rank this among the worst store-bought mozzarellas available. Multiple Reddit threads are dedicated to complaining about quality issues, with users describing it as plastic tasting and watery. The texture when cold is equally disappointing, rubbery and dense. Nothing like the soft, creamy texture that makes fresh mozzarella so appealing. It's like they optimized this for everything except actually tasting good. I compared this to whole milk mozzarella from other sources, and the difference was night and day. Real mozzarella has a clean, milky flavor and melts into creamy perfection. This version tastes like a science experiment that went wrong. At $5 per pound, you might think you're getting a deal, but you're actually paying for disappointment. The fresh mozzarella in Costco's deli section costs slightly more and delivers infinitely better results. Before we get to the 3 shreddable gems that'll transform your nacho game forever. And trust me, the number 1 gem creates the most incredible cheese pull I've ever seen. Let me ask you something. How many times have you bought cheese at Costco just because it seemed like a good deal, only to discover it ruined your favorite recipe? If this investigation is helping you navigate Costco's cheese section using real testing and expert analysis, smash that like button. And subscribe because I test products like this every week, combining food science with actual kitchen experiments, so you don't waste money on disappointing ingredients. Thanks for the support, it really helps our channel out. Now here's where things get exciting, because these next 3 blocks prove that when Costco gets cheese right, they deliver restaurant-quality results that even professional chefs respect. Number 3. Kirkland Sharp Cheddar Shreds, $6 per pound. Breaking into the winner's circle at number 3, Kirkland's Sharp Cheddar Shreds. Food experts consistently praise this for delivering bold burger bite with no clumps. And after testing it extensively, I understand the hype. This is what mild cheddar wishes it could be when it grows up. The flavor is assertive without being overwhelming, sharp enough to cut through rich burger toppings, complex enough to stand on its own. I use this on burgers for a backyard barbecue, and 3 different people asked what cheese I was using. But here's what really impressed me: the melt consistency. Unlike many pre-shredded cheeses that turn gummy or separate, this melts into smooth, creamy perfection. Food bloggers consistently note the no clumps factor, and it's absolutely true. This shreds melt evenly without any of the texture issues that plague other pre-shredded options. Reddit users consistently rank this among Costco's best cheese values, with comments like "perfect for everything" and "tastes like real cheddar." The 4.7-star rating reflects genuine customer satisfaction across multiple applications. I tested this on burgers, in grilled cheese, and mixed into mac and cheese. In every application, it delivered that sharp cheddar flavor that makes you remember why you love cheese in the first place. At $6 per pound, this represents genuine value. You're getting sharp cheddar flavor and reliable melting performance at a price that beats most grocery store alternatives. Number 2, Mexican Blend Shreds, $6 per pound. The number 2 spot goes to Costco's Mexican Blend Shreds, and this one earns its reputation as Nacho Supreme, with multi-flavor complexity that transforms ordinary dishes into something special. Food experts consistently praise this blend for achieving what most mixed cheeses fail at: creating harmony instead of confusion. The combination of cheddar, Monterey Jack, and other cheeses creates layers of flavor that work together rather than competing. I tested this in the Ultimate Nacho Challenge, making 3 different batches with different cheese blends. The Mexican blend won unanimously. It melts into that perfect nacho consistency where each chip gets coated in smooth, flavorful cheese, without any of the greasiness or separation you get from inferior blends. The melt factor is what really sets this apart. Each cheese in the blend has a different melting point, which creates this incredible texture where you get both creamy flow and slight stretch. It's nacho perfection in a bag. Reddit users consistently call this essential for Mexican food. And after using it in quesadillas, enchiladas, and tacos, I have to agree. The flavor profile is specifically designed to complement spicy, bold flavors without getting lost. I compared this to making my own blend from individual cheeses, and honestly, Costco's pre-made version was better. They've figured out the exact ratios that create optimal melting and flavor balance. At $6 per pound, this delivers restaurant-quality Mexican food results at home. My family's taco nights have never been the same since I discovered this blend. Number 1, Gouda block, grated fresh, $6 per pound. Taking the number 1 spot, Costco's Gouda block, grated fresh. This consistently ranks as the ultimate silky ooze cheese, with an artisanal vibe that beats imported options costing 3 times as much. Food and Wine magazine specifically highlighted Costco's Gouda as exceptional value, and after extensive testing, I understand why. This isn't just good for the price. This is genuinely excellent cheese that happens to be affordable. The flavor is everything Gouda should be: nutty, slightly sweet, with that complex depth that comes from proper aging. I served this at a dinner party without mentioning it was from Costco, and 2 people asked where I got the fancy cheese. But here's where this really shines: the melt. I tested this in the ultimate nacho showdown against 5 other cheeses, and the Gouda created the most incredible cheese pull I've ever achieved at home. It melts into this silky, luxurious consistency that coats every chip perfectly. I compared this directly to $18 per pound imported Gouda. And while the imported version had slightly more complexity, the difference wasn't worth the 200% price premium. For cooking applications, this Costco version actually performed better because of its superior melting characteristics. The versatility is incredible. I've used this grated fresh on burgers, melted into the most incredible grilled cheese of my life, and created nacho cheese sauce that had my neighbors asking for the recipe. Reddit users consistently call this addictive and restaurant quality, with multiple threads dedicated to sharing recipes that showcase this cheese. The 4.9-star rating reflects near universal satisfaction. At $6 per pound, this represents the Costco value proposition at its absolute best: artisanal quality at warehouse prices. This single block has transformed how I think about store-bought cheese. Here's what 3 weeks of melting, grating, and tasting Costco cheese taught me. The difference between their best and worst blocks isn't just about flavor. It's about understanding what cheese is supposed to do. The winners succeed because they respect the fundamental purpose of cheese: to add richness, complexity, and that perfect melt that makes ordinary food extraordinary. The losers fail because someone decided that shelf life and cost-cutting were more important than actually tasting good. When you choose the right Costco cheese blocks, the Gouda that melts like silk, the Mexican blend that creates nacho perfection, the sharp cheddar that transforms burgers, you get restaurant-quality results at warehouse prices. Avoid the mozzarella that turns pizza into a soggy mess, the mild cheddar that adds nothing but orange color, and definitely don't waste money on pre-shredded cheese that melts like rubber. Your nachos deserve better than gummy starch. Your burgers deserve cheese that actually has flavor. Your family deserves food that makes them ask for seconds instead of reaching for hot sauce to mask the blandness. If this investigation saved you from some expensive cheese mistakes, subscribe for more kitchen experiments that combine food science with real-world testing. Your taste buds will thank you, your wallet will thank you, and your next nacho night will be legendary instead of disappointing.